Okay, not great news about this guy. He stands at D+. This guy flashes some red flags that you really need to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's good at talking about big plans and may impress people with his clever ideas, but he does not have the push or steady effort needed to go far in his career. When faced with challenges, he's much more likely to step away or avoid the problem instead of dealing with it head on. Over time, this means he won't make much progress even if he has the talent.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's more likely to break down than bounce back. Instead of picking himself up and fighting through tough times, he tends to shut down or withdraw, sometimes even blaming the situation rather than trying to fix it. It's tough for him to handle stress, so don't expect him to be the rock during difficult times.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work may find him hard to get along with. He isn't very warm or friendly, and he doesn't put much effort into being polite or understanding toward others. Most coworkers will respect his brains but struggle with his mood swings and cold attitude.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your career, he's likely to feel uneasy rather than proud. He doesn't handle stress very well and isn't very understanding of others' feelings. So, your success might make him withdraw or act cold. He might see your success as one more thing that makes his own worries or shortcomings stand out.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he will most likely feel insecure and even secretly resent you. Instead of supporting you, he may avoid talking about finances, act distant, or pull away emotionally. Sometimes he may become quieter or sulk, making you feel like there is a wall between you both.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He isn't very careful with money and doesn't pay much attention to planning or saving. If he likes something, he might buy it right away without thinking about the future or looking at his budget. This could mean surprise expenses or last minute requests for help.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He often ends up pretending to be richer than he really is. He gets caught up in wanting nice things and showing off, even if it means spending more than he should. If you value honesty and living within your means, this could become a problem you have to deal with.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is not very open handed or kind, especially when it comes to money and his attitude. Sharing and being generous aren't his natural habits. He often keeps to himself and doesn't go out of his way to help or support others. If you need comfort or help, you may find him cold or distant instead of warm and giving.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He tends to be secretive about money and might keep things to himself instead of being open with you. If you ask about his spending or saving, he may change the topic, avoid sharing details, or even get moody. Don't expect him to sit down and discuss things openly or make joint plans about finances.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is unlikely to think housework should be shared fairly. He often keeps to himself and is not caring or considerate about others' effort. So he may assume that running the home is your responsibility. Be ready to speak up if you want him to help out, because he won't step up by himself.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He will most likely not pitch in with chores and diapers, but may stand by and watch, acting more like a supervisor than a helper. He's not someone who jumps in to do messy or boring jobs around the house, and you may find yourself alone with the daily work. He might occasionally point out what needs to be done or offer advice instead of real help, which can feel frustrating.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He's not likely to try to understand your side. When you have disagreements or discuss problems, he tends to argue just to show he's right rather than listen to your feelings. Even if you share your worries or needs, he might push back or tune out instead of being supportive.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he may say hurtful things or act in ways that feel aggressive. He isn't very gentle with words and can lose his cool quickly, which means he might yell, use sharp sarcasm, or make you feel unwanted. This can make the home atmosphere feel tense and upsetting.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. His temper can flare up over small things, and this isn't just a passing mood, it can be a regular part of life with him. Fast anger is a red flag, especially if it makes you feel scared, sad, or unsafe at home.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He struggles to say sorry or take responsibility for his own actions. Instead, when things go wrong, he's more likely to blame you or make excuses rather than admit his mistakes. If you're hoping for someone who owns up to problems and tries to fix them, you may be left disappointed.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may not always respect your boundaries and could have trouble truly understanding that no means no. He doesn't show much care for others' feelings and isn't very gentle or thoughtful, so he might push for what he wants or ignore your limits. You deserve clear respect and understanding, so be careful if you see your boundaries being crossed.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is the kind of man who is likely to take it personally when you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of respecting your feelings, he may get upset, withdraw emotionally, or act cold and quiet toward you. This can add stress and pressure, making you feel misunderstood and alone.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You cannot fully trust him to handle private moments with care. He's not very thoughtful or kind, and when upset, he may use personal things you shared against you by making hurtful remarks, sarcasm, or trying to embarrass you during arguments. This can leave you feeling exposed and unsafe.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to be easily distracted by other women. He doesn't show much care or deep attachment, so his attention can drift quickly if someone new catches his eye. If faithfulness and loyalty matter to you, this pattern can be painful and stressful.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he can be over possessive, showing signs of jealousy, wanting to control things, or acting suspicious often. If you talk to other men, make new friends, or spend time with family, He may get upset, ask lots of questions, or try to limit what you do. He may not trust easily and could check up on you or accuse you of things without any reason.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what might look like a protective nature is actually a sign of a controlling personality. He may say he's looking out for you, but often it means he wants things done his way and doesn't trust you to make your own choices. This isn't true protection, it's about control.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will most likely expect you to do most of the work in parenting rather than seeing it as a team effort. He isn't naturally supportive or active when it comes to sharing family duties, so you'll probably find yourself handling the majority of the chores and decisions about the kids. When problems or challenges come up, he may step back and let you figure things out on your own.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is more likely to lose his temper than stay calm. He doesn't have much patience and can react quickly with anger or harsh words, which might scare or upset the children even more. This makes home life stressful and can affect the kids' confidence and happiness.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to fully support your role as both a mother and your own person. He doesn't naturally appreciate others' hard work or dreams, so you may find him ignoring your personal goals, talents, or needs outside of parenting. If you want respect for all parts of your life, he may not give you the emotional backing you deserve.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might seem to support your career now, but could ask you to quit once you have a child. His caring and understanding don't run deep, and his support can quickly fade when life gets tougher or more demanding. It's better to have these honest talks now than feel trapped later.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is more likely to just act polite on the surface with your parents rather than treat them with real warmth. He doesn't naturally show much care or affection. So, deep connections or family closeness will probably be missing. When meeting your parents, he may put on a basic show of manners or say the right things. But you'll see that his heart isn't truly in it. He is more likely to expect your family to change for him rather than try to adjust himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse than handle it calmly. He doesn't deal well with tension and can quickly lose his temper, which may lead to sharp words, angry silence, or even walking out of difficult conversations. You could end up stuck in the middle trying to calm everyone down by yourself.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he's the kind of man who may act modern and easygoing with you in private, but will expect you to be a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. He might not openly say so, but his actions and hints can show that he wants you to fit into old fashioned roles, dressing a certain way, speaking politely, and following family customs, even if they aren't natural for you. If you step outside these lines with his relatives, he may get upset or distant instead of speaking up for you.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he's more likely to stay out of it or even side with them rather than support you. When faced with family conflicts or disagreements, he usually backs away, refusing to get involved or stand up for you. This can leave you feeling alone and misunderstood, forced to handle hurt or problems without real backup.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is likely to be a mummy's boy and will rarely, if ever, choose your side in a conflict with his mother. His emotional connection and loyalty tend to lean toward her, and when disagreements or arguments happen, he may either take her side outright or stay silent, leaving you to handle the situation by yourself. You might find yourself feeling second or ignored, even when you are right or need his support.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He doesn't keep boundaries strong and may talk about things that should stay just between the two of you, often looking for their advice or support rather than solving problems with you. Your need for privacy and respect could be repeatedly ignored.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, overall, this guy stands at D. Plus. Some of these red flags can really become a big deal. You've got to be very careful here. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out can feel lonely and heavy. You may find yourself handling most things alone: work, home, parenting, and problems while he stays distant, distracted, or upset.